also says in the last paragraph, based on a 1 ounce envelope, because if it's 1 ounce and it's just an envelope, it's just a paper envelope, and that's 1 CD, then then we send it as machinable. But if it's as machinable as paper, but if it's cardboard, then it's non-machinable because it's 6 by 6. But he's got 3 ounces and 3 CDs, so it's rigid. Of course it fits through the template, but it's rigid and it's more than 1 ounce. So it doesn't classify as a letter. If it's 1 CD in the mailer, then it's okay. But it's 3 CDs and weighs more than 1 ounce. That's where we're having the issue. Because he has to pay a 3 ounce price. No, but he's saying that it's mailable as a non-machinable letter, but it's 3 ounces and now with 3 CDs, it's rigid. It's still 6 by 6. So the 6 by 6
I pay a surcharge.
Because the 6 by 6 makes it non-machinable.
Surcharge.
Automatically because of the aspect ratio of 1.
Surcharge.
Any square is non-machinable. But it's not 1 ounce.
Surcharge.
When you read the whole letter, it talks about it has to be 1 ounce to classify for non-machinable. If it's more than 1 ounce, it's going to be a package. That's what they call online search and training. That's what they always taught us. Okay. But you double checking.
I just keep this now.
I know. I've gone through 2 of the predecessors, 4 postmasters here, 4 and 5 in Seaside, and it comes up with a sound argument, and I've proved it over and over.
If it's 1 ounce, it's not a problem. But
It's letter size mail.
But it's not a letter.
It's letter size mail, and if you look at your own pricing sheet, letter size mail that's rigid is a 20-cent surcharge. That letter.
As long as it's 1 ounce.
No. Letter mail can be 3.5 ounces.
So you have the notice 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
The most current version of
Yeah.
notice 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm talking about when I say notice 1, 2, 3?
Yes, I do. That's the pricing sheet.
Right.
And right there on it, the little square that talks about surcharge. So the letter size, and that doesn't meet the dimensions of a large envelope.
Rigidity.
Well, because of rigidity, I pay a surcharge, and it's right there for letter size mail. You can pay a surcharge if it's rigid.
And you're paying a 3 ounce rate plus a surcharge.
Right. That's what that is. Actually, the rate is $1. I put $1.10 on there just for my convenience.
So it's $1 for the 3 ounce rate.
Yeah.
Right? And then the 15-cent surcharge.
Yeah. Well, not $1 for the surcharge rate. It's what you feed it on there, put in 2.6 ounces, rigid, it comes out as $1. Letter size mail. Not large envelope. Okay. They're getting really hot on revenue protection. Well, no, this is going on 15 years.
I understand.
Now, did you hear that comment? They're getting really hot on revenue protection. He's trying to justify getting this bigger price for the policy of revenue protection. Let's listen to that one more time.
They're getting really hot on revenue protection.
They gotten really hot on revenue protection lately. So he's really aggressive. Well, no, this is going on 15 years.
I understand that, but revenue protection is super hot right now.
No, every time they train postmasters and this comes up.
Actually, we've changed postmaster generals.
Well, I'm talking about the ones in the office here, the managers of the stores. All right? And I mean, there's more to this story, and you know that's why I asked to come back and talk to you. But it's one contradiction after another, and you know I'm always right.
I'm not worried about the contradiction. I'm worried about what the letter says. The letter says 1 ounce mail piece.
Well, no, we're going to go by the price and regulations because
That's what that is. That's the price. That can't
you know
be
this is a letter from this guy.
And that
I never. I'm going to stop here and talk about this letter again. Go check it out. I did a video on it, but It's from the top guy in the post office that determines pricing, structure, and all that, makes decisions. And how they got this guy to write this letter, I don't know. I never talked to him or had any conversations with him or emailed with him or anything. But he put this letter together, and it's so damn confusing. Nobody can make any sense out of what it actually says because it doesn't say anything clearly. And so that's why they're spending so much time on the phone. They're both reading this letter to each other, and they're arguing or they have cross points with each other about what this thing says. And so one part of the letter it sounds like it's supporting what I'm trying to establish here, and another part of the letter it sounds like you're not really sure what it's saying. And so Mr. Flores here is picking that part of it to say that he's right. And so now, as you watch this, you're going to see that it kind of falls on whether this thing fits through the thickness gauge. And you heard him say it already does. Of course it does. He told her. He knows. But now she's putting it back on him well, if it's too thick, if it goes. Otherwise, if it's too thick, then it doesn't go. So he's going to go through the thickness gauge and he's going to make sure it doesn't go. So watch some more of this. The reason I told you I never told anyone CD, so I never talked to this guy. He wrote this letter from
Sent him an email.
I didn't. No. I've never talked to him or sent him anything.
So why did he say
because I was going through a different business manager on the East Coast who
sent it to him, who's in charge of pricing.
Right. So I did not ever talk to him or email him. And that's going to be, what's that lady's name? Cynthia Gray. She's the one that got me this letter. I got it about 2 years ago.
Yes, but mailing prices change every year. If you got it 2 years ago, it's going to change.
Doesn't matter.
It does matter.
Listen, here we go. But it doesn't change the difference between rigid and what's not rigid. This is letter size mail. I paid surcharge for it being rigid.
We used to not charge for first class packages the way they do now.
It doesn't matter what you used to do. I'm talking about this parking right here.
Everything changes. So
are you still online?
The pricing sheet does not talk about machinability.
Yes, it does.
I actually have to look at the DML.
There's a little square there on the bottom. Okay, I got to jump in again with this. The pricing sheet does not talk about machinability. Let's go back and hear it one more time. Right here.
Everything changes. So
are you still online?
The pricing sheet does not talk about machinability.
Yes, it does. The price. It's right there on the price sheet that they use. It says it right there about machinability and the surcharge. This guy he knows it. You can't work for the post office and not know what the price sheet says. And it's not that confusing. It's only one page. But here, that's their position. And he's making all this stuff up. Making all this stuff up about things change. They don't change. He's just lying.
Have to look at the DML.
There's a little square there on the bottom right.
It talks about prices and whether it's machinable. It doesn't talk
about the
machinability of mail.
It does too.
Notice 1, 2, 3.
Put one out for me. No, I don't bring a binder.
One out.
Letter size.
But it's 3 ounces and it's three CDs. Makes it a parcel, right?
Okay, wonderful. Okay, I'll take that out.
I didn't know I've been here half an hour.
I don't know. I can check.
It's less than a quarter inch.
Your template.
We'll just take a copy
Okay, so now this is that part again, where he's going to use the template. We don't need to see that again. But I want you to see the dialogue that happened before this about what's rigid and what's not, and the revenue protection and the price sheet and all that. So I'm going to put this video together and put it up on YouTube, and see what goes on from there. You people, Chris and Martin, I hope you do something with this. It's a really sad story. I mean, this is almost 2 decades now. It's more than 15 years. This is going to be going on almost 2 decades now, and it's unbelievable why this can't be dealt with at some level that accomplishes something. Except, rather than getting more confused and disruptive. All right. See you then.